in preparation for Colorado, there's some really scary math. 90-59, they shot 59%. Their starting front court, 3 players had 50 points, 26 rebounds, no turnovers, and 4 blocks. Their front court. They returned 4 starters and 11 letter winners. Yet and still, it's 4 points at halftime up at Boulder last year, and even at some point early in the second half, we're hanging around. And then obviously all the wheels fell off, and Colorado ran us out of the gym. That program has been a perennial NCAA tournament program. I think if you ask most people out in the Pac-12 to put you the top 6 programs out there, Colorado probably gets there. They were supposed to go dancing last year, but for one reason or another, they didn't have the kind of year that I think they were expected to have or hoping to have. So they returned a lot of guys. They've got a few new pieces in the backcourt, and they start last Friday against Iowa State. And Iowa State limited them to 6 second chance points and 5 fast break points. And so for us, our transition defense was improved against UAB, yet and still they got 17 points on the fast break. And if we allow Colorado to be able to do that and run, in addition to UAB got 14 offensive rebounds, Colorado didn't get that many offensive rebounds against us in Boulder because they shot 60%, so there weren't that many to be had. It'll be tough. It'll obviously be tough. But it's a great opportunity for our program, from our team. One of the things I do appreciate, from the media and particularly some of the national media, they have looked at our schedule, they've recognized it, and they've said, "What in the world are you doing?" In the sense that there just isn't much, there's not much room for error. And so when if you're trying to be relevant, you want to try to schedule relevant. You want to try to draw and be relevant. You're going to try to recruit and be relevant. You hope to coach and be relevant. You hope to play and be relevant. And that's why you play. That's why you play these games. So it's just a really good opportunity for us. And once again, I think the fact that in our last 2 contests, we beat a Division II club, Indianapolis, in overtime, and we beat UAB, a team that did go to the tournament last year and is picked to win their league by 1 on a last possession game. We're getting exposed, but we are competing. And so this is going to be another great test.
Bruce, what did you see when you went back and watched that UAB win? What did you see from your team that you like, maybe some things that you guys have improved on?
I thought that when we ran our stuff, we were really effective. And that's, I think, why we got off to such a really good start. We led 30-16 at one point, and that's a great start for a team with only 4 scholarship guys back, playing a team that had everybody back. And that really served us well, the fact that we hit them in the mouth early and hung on. We tired in the last 3 or 4 minutes of each half. Part of that was TJ Dunnins and Kareem Candy playing 34 and 35 minutes. Not the way I like to play things, as you guys know. 30, 32 minutes is about as much as most of our guys get. But when, there's no Taj Shamsuddin, and you got, Zach playing, walk-on point guard playing 10 minutes, no Bryce Brown, no Williams, no Denzel Purifoy. We had some challenges in the backcourt depth-wise, and TJ Lang was in foul trouble all night long. I think that perhaps led to some of our fatigue late in each quarter, and we got to again continue to see about getting ourselves in better shape and more mentally tough.
Bruce, what's the update on New and Taj, I guess, heading into this week?
New's still out, and Taj is getting closer. He's getting closer. So, but New's definitely out. Well, I would love to have had Bryce for both exhibitions. I only had him for a half. So he's only played a half of basketball in our first 6 halves. What a tough half to try to play him against Colorado in his first college game. But he'll play, and he'll be fine. He's a freshman. So he'll have some coverage breakdowns. He'll have some, more than anything, probably coverage breakdowns. We're trying to press, going through a scouting report, say this, that, the other thing, and he'll get this and that, but he'll forget about the other thing. And so that's just being young.
Bruce,
But it's good to have him back.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
How did TJ Lang at least respond to playing that many minutes? I think on Tiger Talk last week, you said you wanted to limit him to maybe 20, and obviously you mentioned he played more than that.
Well, first of all, playing in the marathon is an honor. Second of all, we got the A team, and Boog Sciambi and Fran Fischella. They're here. They cover. I'm trying to get Tim Hudson to come in and hang out with Boog, and because this is his hometown, and they covered each other when he was with Atlanta and throughout a great career in the Major League Baseball. And then I've known Fran for a long, long time. Fran and I we kind of grew up a little bit back east, and then our systems were the same. We grew up, he coached under Gary Williams, and I coached under Dr. Tom Davis. And so when we both became head coaches, we took the same family of coaching style to our programs. And I've been a huge fan of Fran's for a long, long time. And I was telling Fran before the game, just before the press conference, I said, when you play well in front of a colleague that you respect, win or lose, it means something. It's one of the reasons why beating UAB was big on Friday night. Jared Haas is a terrific young coach that's done a great job with his program. And it does matter to coaches when you do match up. Most coaches won't admit that. Some won't admit that for whatever reason. It's just not accurate. I respect them all, but there are some that just might be a little better than others. And when you get one that might be a little better than others, it matters. So the marathon here, ESPN here, the A team, as far as the guys that are on the call, and I guess the other story with John Sciambi, my first game at ESPN, was we called Michigan in the NIT 3 or 4 years ago, and so he had to deal with a rookie color guy, and we had a lot of fun. So it's good to have those guys here. 2 o'clock start, folks got to get off work. It's up to the bosses to get here and close the office a little early, and our students can't miss class, but they don't always go to every class anyway, so they got to get here so that ESPN will come back.